guys, welcome to today's vlog. I'm actually gonna sit at the island here because I can. Hold on, let me get my things. Today, we're doing a bit of a chatty vlog. I'm going to talk about all the things you guys have been wanting to know about. Stuff about the house, dating stuff, life stuff, my plans, just all the things that I feel like I've been so go that I haven't like sat down and just like talked to you guys about everything. So that's what we're doing today. I got another peppermint coffee with cookie dough creamer, a combination no one saw coming and probably should never be done again. Although it's actually not that bad, but I think it's just the creamer. It is 9 a.m. I got 2 outings in the world today. I'm working with Maddie at a hotel this afternoon, and then I have a workout, a Legree class. I think I'm gonna try and do more Legree. I was doing once a week. I think I'm gonna bump it up to twice a week, and then my other classes I will dial back, because Legree I think really could do it for me if I become more consistent with it. We'll see. That's pretty much my day outside of hanging out with you guys. So I think we'll start the vlog with some like silly questions, just like random miscellaneous stuff. I saw this one, I thought it was kind of fun. What would 2026 Tara say to 2016 Tara? If I could go back and talk to myself 10 years ago, which is really weird to think that 2016 was 10 years ago, and I was 21. I was 21 10 years ago. That just feels weird, but alas, I feel like there's so many things. Like I would say, you know, maybe start working on your health. Work out once a week. Get off your ass. Don't prioritize men. Let go of the shitty man the first time he calls you a bitch. I don't know, it's hard to want to like tell myself things when I had to go through them to become who I am now. You know, like I don't regret anything. I don't regret staying in that relationship in my 20s too long because I learned, you know, I had to learn. So I would say just enjoy the ride. Probably stop stressing less. I think that's the one thing that I would tell myself at any younger point in my life. I think I'm at a place now where I've like turned that corner in my 30s, aka the first corner. And there's just like a shift in the way that I view things in life right now. I just like, the little things are just so unserious. And I wish I could tell myself like it really doesn't matter. But my mom definitely told me that. You know, it's just you don't actually get to understand and appreciate that concept until you get to the point in your life when you understand it, you know, and it comes with age, I think. If I was 21 again, I would say enjoy the ride. Have fun. Does the red crane in your view bother you? Honestly, no. I feel like almost nothing bothers me right now. Sure, it's kind of ugly, but I don't really care. It moves, and a lot of the time it's completely out of the way. But when it's in the way, I don't know, it's just there. Like, I don't care. There's just no reason to be like annoyed about it. Like, it was there when I toured the place. I saw it, I knew it was gonna be there. And so I'm just like, there's my crane. I saw a comment also recently asking if like, because I renovated a house to my own like custom desires, do aspects of this place bother me because I can't change them? And my answer is just no. Like, I really don't care about certain things. I feel like I've just like, accepted things for what they are in like all aspects of my life, you know, like design choices or friendships or where I'm at in my life right now. I'm just at peace. I don't know how to better explain. Nothing bothers me. I get this question every time I do a Q&A. Would you ever move back to LA or do you miss LA? My answer is no every time. I would never move back. I do not want to move to another country. It's a whole journey doing that, and I've done it. I'm good, and I definitely wouldn't move back to LA or just anywhere, honestly. I have such a big circle here now, like just a big community, and I've really come to appreciate that, you know, after not having that and the contrast of my life then and now. I wouldn't give up the community for anything. I think I'm a Toronto girl from here on out. Do you get seasonal depression living in Canada? I live in Wisconsin and barely make it through winter. It's really hard. I definitely used to growing up. I despised the winter more than anything when I was growing up here. Despised it. And then I had the experience of living in LA where I didn't have winter. And now I can appreciate it a little bit more because the monotony of never having like a change of seasons is kind of overrated, at least to me. Some people would obviously really appreciate that and never miss winter, but I missed the change of seasons. And so now I try to like enjoy it as best I can. Obviously, I try to also leave for a couple weeks out of the winter just to break it up, and that really helps. But like right now, I'm not that mad. We're actually like in a polar vortex right now. This weekend was like a full snowstorm. I didn't leave the house. But you know, in like 6 months when it's super hot, I'm ready for winter again. I just try to take it all in for what it is. It doesn't last forever, and I will be escaping soon. Okay, last question before I actually get some work done. Do you feel you sometimes live life for the vlog versus doing what you actually want? No, I used to when I was younger, and I used to do everything for the vlog. Now I really try to live my best life first, and then if that translates to vlog stuff, that's fantastic. I saw a lot of people saying that I moved purely for content, but I really moved for myself. Like if somebody thinks that this move was just added content. Like, it is because it added to me, added to my life and the things that I can do now. My world is bigger because I moved. And because of that, it translates to the vlogs, you know, like I can do more. It's a really weird thing. I don't know, I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna bring the laptop to the couch because as much as I do love having these bar stools, I also love a morning couch work sesh. So, oh wait, I need to get my stool. I took a bath last night and the stool is in the bathroom. It's the traveling stool. It's been a bathroom stool, it's a coffee table, it's nightstands, or a nightstand. Honestly, it gets the job done until I get shit. All right, I'll be here. It's 11 now. I think it is time to get myself a little bit together. Just a little bit. And when I say get myself together, I really just mean throw on my workout outfit and call it a day. I guess maybe some skincare too, but I think I'm gonna go for an all black set today. Black leggings and then a new black workout top that I got. So I got the package from Aritzia that I ordered in a recent vlog. I hauled everything for short form content. The only things that I didn't try on were the 2 workout tops that I ordered. These little halter neck tops. They actually have a built-in sports bra, which I don't know how I feel about. We'll see when I try it on. I'm sure this would look nice as a regular top too, but I'm going to try it on for today's workout. Okay, here's the top. Honestly, I don't really like the cups in it. Like, I might take the cups out. I don't like the sports bra, actually. The other sports tops that I have from Aritzia are just like one layer without cups. So I'm gonna try and take these out. Okay, better, but it's like cutting in really hard here where the sports bra is, and I'm not really loving that. I feel like this top would be perfect if it didn't have the built-in sports bra. I got it in 2 colors and I actually might return it, which means I'm returning almost everything that I ordered, except for the pink set. What do you think? I'll link it down below. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna put on something else. This is what I'm talking about. These are the tank tops that I love from Aritzia. They fit perfect. We're gonna do some skincare and then I'm gonna have some breakfast. I meal prepped the yogurt breakfast that I wanted to make a few days ago. Finally did that yesterday and we have to try it and see if it actually tastes good. We're gonna go back to the like lifestyle random fitness questions. I got a lot of fitness questions, so we'll start there. How did you work up the confidence to go to workout classes by yourself? Honestly, I think it was just one day. You have to decide to rip the band-aid and just try it. You have to ignore the fear and the unknown and just do it, because once you get there, it's really not as bad as you think it's gonna be. And you're like, why was I so nervous to do this? So if you have the desire to go, but you're a little scared, just do it. Rip the band-aid. How do you stay motivated to continue working out, and how often do you work out? I work out like 4 times a week now, sometimes 5, depending on what kind of classes I'm doing and how sore I am. I definitely try to listen to my body and kind of do what feels right, and every day is gonna be different. But I would say on average, I work out 4 times a week. And as for motivation, I'm not always motivated. I don't always wanna go. But a quote that really helps is stick to your plan, not your mood. If I ran my life based on my mood, I would do fuck all the time. So don't prioritize motivation, prioritize the plan. Another fitness question. Do you pay for workouts in a plan or individually? I use ClassPass, which is the greatest thing ever. It just like allows you to try new things, new classes, mix it up. I will have a referral link in the description. This is not sponsored by ClassPass, although I wish it was. But if you sign up with my link, you get like a month free entirely. So when I first signed up, I used Tasha's link and I had a full free month to try new classes in new studios, and I loved it. And if you end up becoming a paid member, which is what I did, I will get credit. And so I gave Tasha credit for becoming a member, and yeah. So I highly recommend trying it out if you haven't. If you're like just entering your workout era, it is the best way to try because it's free. We like free. Let me show you my bowls. Okay, so I made 4 of them, so hopefully they're good. It's a chia Greek yogurt pudding with berries. It's chocolate. How good does this look? It looks like chocolate mousse. All right, let's get in there. Can you see the texture? It honestly looks like mousse. Cheers. It's actually kind of like mousse. It could be a little sweeter for my liking, but this is actually delicious. I honestly think this meal prep thing is the move. Okay, back to our questions. This one's really cute. When did you first feel like I actually made it, and did it feel how you imagined? I think I had that thought after I had finally given up my life in LA, and like I had ended my lease at the apartment that I had, packed all my stuff up, and it was shipped to Toronto, and I came back here, and then I got on a plane to Italy to meet Tasha for a European summer moment, and I decided last minute to upgrade to first class because I could. And when I was sitting in my seat on the way to Italy, I was like, this is it. I feel even weird saying that out loud because I understand the privilege of that position, especially at my age. But it was a moment where I really recognized where I was at in life and everything that I had worked towards. I felt like I really had in that moment. I was just elevating my life in a way that I felt I could. And I started to just embrace that. And I'm very grateful for the fact that I can do things like that, and to be 31 years old and feel like I have reached a level of success I never thought I would have at any point in my life. And to have it now when I can be young and live and do all the things that I want to do while I have the ability to do so, I think is the coolest thing in the world. I think there's always, you know, levels and things that I can work towards and build up. But at my base level right now is a life beyond anything that I could have dreamed of. So I feel very grateful for every day, and I hope that comes across. I never want to be seen as the person that doesn't appreciate everything, because I really, really do. And yeah, I thought that was a fun question because that moment was very clear to me. It was when I was eating my garlic bread with like a glass of wine, and I was like, this is amazing. This is it. Okay. Actually, I think following that, this is kind of an interesting one. Do you find yourself relatable although you have a different financial situation than most? I do. I don't look at any of my friends and gauge their relatability based on their financial position. I've never looked at any of my friends and given a shit how much anyone makes. It doesn't change the way that I view anyone. If they have less money, more money, like I look at people for who they are, and that's it. I am a 31-year-old who is single, and I think a lot of people relate to that and understand the societal pressure of being in your 30s and not having a partner and not being married and not having kids on the plan right now. Like, I don't know when that's going to happen, if it's going to happen. And I think that in itself is something that a lot of people relate to. And I think it's really cool that I get to stand here and share my experience with the people that get it. I also think relatability is a weird concept. I don't think you have to relate to somebody to appreciate a person. Like, one of my closest friends is married with a baby, and I don't relate to her life at all. She's a lawyer. We're so different, but she's one of my closest friends. I think we're not gonna relate on everything. We're gonna have very different days, but we can still appreciate each other for other things, you know? So I like to believe that we are all relatable to someone. Relatability has been such a weird thing in social media the last few years. You get comments, you're not relatable anymore. I'm out. I'm done with you. It's almost like people want you to stay in a box, like the box of who I was when I was 19. That was maybe more relatable to the audience that was watching at the time, like when I was in school. And we all grow up, you know, we change. And if you don't want to be a part of the journey at a certain point because you don't relate, that's totally fine. There's so many people online now that, like, if you don't vibe with someone's content, just don't watch. It's very simple. What religion are you? Really quickly, I get this all the time. I don't really believe in religion. I don't have any religious beliefs. I don't feel connected to a certain religion. I believe in something. I don't really know what. So I would consider myself agnostic if I had to label it, but I don't really believe in any label in regards to religion for myself personally. What assumptions about you really bother you? Honestly, none. I think people are gonna assume no matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter what. People have always assumed shit about me. Ever since I started, people assumed I was a mean girl. I was blah, 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 blah. I just don't care. If I say I don't care, people are gonna assume, oh, she really gives a shit. If I say, you know, I'm happy single, oh no, she's desperate for a man. Like, God, it's almost exhausting. The thought of somebody else doing all of this inner work to try and assume things about someone they don't know is exhausting. I cannot fathom it. I've never been in those shoes where I want to make assumptions about somebody I don't know, that I see, like, you know, a little bit of their life online. I don't care enough. So no assumptions bother me anymore. I actually don't give a shit. I think it used to bother me that people thought I was mean. I just find it funny now. I don't know. I think if you want to assume anything you want about me, you totally can. If you meet me in person, maybe your assumptions will change. Maybe they won't. Either way, it doesn't affect me anymore. And it's very freeing, actually. People always say your 30s, like, you just give less of a shit. And I'm really feeling that. I can only imagine how I'm going to feel at the end of my 30s, because it just doesn't affect my life. Like, I have the understanding now that people can say whatever they want about me. Every single person who knows me will view me in a different way depending on their own experience. So it's just kind of like, I am who I am. It's not going to affect my life anymore. As long as I keep doing me and I'm not hurting anyone in the process, I don't care. Okay, I'm going to finish my mousse, and then I'm meeting Maddie very soon. So I got to pack my bag and get my shit together.
looks so nice.
One glass won't hurt anyone. No, one glass is going to be fine. We have lots of Prosecco. We ordered glass of Prosecco.
Thank you so much.
Can I get some water as well?
Sure. Madison. Cheers. Your nubs. Oh my God, you have fresh, clean little nails.
Always something to celebrate.
Oh, that's really good, actually.
Thank you.
This is so much snow.
Holy, such a nice few hours with Maddie. Always the best vibe. I'm missing her on Friday. I got like a little bit of work done, but not a lot, if I'm honest. But I kind of expected that going in. I feel like a work day with a friend is always little work, lots of chats. Now I'm off to my workout.
This kind of feels like walking on sand, how it's just a little extra effort, except that this is like slippery. It's not fun, I'm not gonna lie.
That class was so hard. Like the entire time I was like, this is not going well. That was not a good class for me. But I'm gonna get a couple things at Shoppers and then I'm home for the rest of the day.
Honestly, it's kind of miserable out there. I just need to get a longer coat. I think that's what needs to happen. But even then, like, I don't want to bundle the fuck up. I posted on my story yesterday how, like, growing up, I never wanted to dress for the season. Like, I never wanted to dress properly for the winter. I would go out in just a hoodie and my mom would get so mad at me for not putting a jacket on, and it seems I've stayed consistent. But I shared that on my story and so many people responded saying it's just a Canadian girl thing. I'm sure some girls dress responsibly. Some of us don't. But guys, that class was so hard to the point where it like actually felt discouraging. I was like, I go all the time to work out 4 times a week, and how am I struggling so severely? But you know, every day is different, and I try to like be respectful to myself. Also for women, I feel like depending on where you're at in the month, you know, your body responds differently to different kinds of workouts. So just something to keep in mind. It looks so nice out there. There's like a bright red glow on one of those buildings reflecting the sunset. So nice. But as you can see, I came home to a wonderful delivery. This vlog is actually sponsored by Factor, which is one of my favorite sponsors. First of all, if you've never heard of Factor, they deliver fresh, never frozen, chef crafted, dietitian approved meals that are so delicious. So if you're like on a nutrition journey like I am, like I'm trying to, you know, meal prep, and I would consider this part of meal prep because now I have, you know, 6 meals ready for me for whatever I want them delivered right to your door. Like, it doesn't get better than that. This kind of meal prep is my favorite because there is literally no prep, no cleanup, nothing. You just have yummy food, and they have so many good options too. Over 100 different weekly recipes to choose from. It's amazing. I always pick all of their chicken recipes, as chicken is like my favorite protein to eat. Roasted garlic chicken, just butter chicken with veg, pulled barbecue chicken, creamy lemon pepper chicken. That's one of my favorites, actually. I'll probably have that one today. Honey mustard chicken. Honestly, they are so good. They also have a ton of different plans and options for whatever your dietary needs are. And I really like how balanced they all are. Like there's veggies and protein and carbs. It's got everything I'm looking for with all the convenience in the world. And I love that. And because I'm working with them, I do have a discount for you. I'm gonna have a link down below, or you can go to factor75.com and you can use the code TaraMichelleFB50 for 50% off your first box and free breakfast for a year. It's a good deal. Everything's on the screen in the description. If you've never tried Factor, I genuinely recommend. I will be eating this for dinner tonight. Before I shower and change, I want to answer a few more questions. I'm gonna actually answer some work-related questions, just like social media questions. The first being, are you keeping Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads? So for the last few years, I've been doing Tuesday, Friday, but before that, I did 3 times a week, and I think I'm committing to 3 times a week, at least for the foreseeable future. If I change my mind, I change my mind, but my plan is to stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I've really been liking it so far. I feel like I have like a grip on it, and I don't feel too overwhelmed. So while I feel this way, I'm gonna keep up with it. I think it's fun posting more. This one I saw, and I wanted to comment on it. I truly mean this from a good place, but you seem way less defensive than when you started. Okay, I wanted to talk about this because when I started, I was 18 years old. You know, like I was not used to being criticized in the same way or just like nitpicked. And when you're 18 years old in high school and people are like criticizing tiny little details about your life that like you're just not used to, because it's not the norm to have people like criticize your every move, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna be defensive. You know, it takes a long time to grasp that and understand how to handle it. Even years into it, like being 25 years old, it's still not the norm to have people that you don't know criticize little things and make assumptions on your life and, you know, give you attitude. I think it's easy to sit back and say that you wouldn't be defensive if someone you don't know criticizes you, but until you're in those shoes, it's a really weird experience. And it's taken me literally, this is my 13th year online. It's taken me a long time to learn when I should respond, when I shouldn't respond, and also stop feeling like I'm a bad person for responding snarky back to snark. I think you get what I'm saying, but I appreciate that. I appreciate, you know, the acknowledgement that I have improved in that department. Following that, do you ever get hurt or bothered when viewers criticize your every move? How do you deal with it? I don't get really hurt anymore, but it can be annoying. Like when it came to this move and so many people were telling me that I was gonna regret it, I was just like, can everyone fucking chill? Like, I know me best. I hate when somebody comments thinking they know me and my mental health better than I do. You know, people saying that I'm obviously mentally unwell and unstable and I should like relax and all the people in my life are just yes men, when that's like so untrue, you know? It doesn't like hurt my feelings because I know me best. I know my people, my circle, but it does annoy me when someone thinks that they know me so deeply, better than I know myself, and they've never met me, you know? I just think that's crazy. Last thing's what we have to talk about, dating in the house. But I'm gonna shower and change into comfy clothes and we will tackle those fun topics. The feeling of a hot shower when it's freaking freezing outside is unbeatable. I'm thinking we should talk about dating. Obviously a very fun topic now that I'm single, and we have quite a few questions. So I'm gonna try and tackle them quickly. Do you believe that you don't need to heal after the breakup, you just need new experiences? I think new experiences are healing. I think no matter what, you're gonna heal through time. Time heals everything, for sure. But I do believe that adding new experiences into your life help the process a little bit. You know, like my trip with Sarah was so healing to me. Just like getting out of the house and the everyday was incredible. I'm so glad I was able to do that with her because it really made a big difference. How do you tackle dating? I'm so happy in my own company. A man would just fuck my energy. I agree. I've like dipped my toes into the dating world a little bit, but through doing that, I realized I do not want to be there. I don't have the capacity right now to put energy into a man, into dating, into any of it. Like, I'm just really enjoying my peace. And you just know, entering the dating world, it's gonna affect it. It's gonna take away a little piece. Even if finding like, you know, the best man in the world is on the other side of it, sure, but you have to go through all the shit. And I don't wanna do it right now. So I've taken a hiatus. Again, not that I really like intentionally put myself out there. The dates that I went on kind of like came to me. I did not go out and find them. But honestly, where I'm at right now is unfair to anybody that like is trying to pursue me in a honest way, because I'm not responsive. I'm just uninterested, I think, right now. So following that, favorite parts of single life is the freedom. People say all the time that, you know, the right relationship, it's not gonna feel like you don't have freedom anymore. You can do whatever you want to do, which like is true, I guess. It's not like I had a lack of freedom in my last relationship at all, but there are little micro compromises you make all the time when you have a partner because you want to be considerate of your partner, and there's just more of a thought process when you do things for yourself versus being single. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want right now, and it's really cool. How to let go of the societal pressure of finding a boyfriend in your late 20s, early 30s. I think that societal pressure is always going to be there, but I think once you pass the milestone of turning 30 and being single, or if you become single in your early 30s, late 30s, whatever, you kind of realize that societal pressure is stupid because like I'm single now and I'm actually living a really good life. I don't know, I lived with the person I thought I was going to be with, and now I'm single again, and the world didn't end. Honestly, my world just got bigger. And so now I'm kind of like, when it happens, it happens. I know it'll happen one day. I'm just really not that pressed about it anymore. So I think it's hard not to let it affect you until you get past that point, and it's kind of like, oh,
Okay, I don't know if that helped at all, but that's my answer. Okay, are you on the dating apps? No. I'm really uninterested in the dating apps, honestly, because then I would have to put mental energy into swiping and talking to people, and I don't want to do that. So, not currently, but I'm sure I'll download them maybe closer to summer. I'm doing the creamy lemon pepper chicken. Let me mix this up. It smells so good. I don't know if it looks as good as it's gonna taste, but I promise this is freaking delicious. The creamy lemon pepper sauce is absolutely incredible. Truly one of my all-time favorite brands to work with. So thank you, Factor. All right, I'm gonna watch the last episode of Ted Lasso. I'm so sad. It has been my favorite little comfort the last few months. 10 p.m. bedtime. Actually, it's book time. Finally reading a book that actually is inspiring me to read, so I don't scroll on my phone for hours before bed. But we still gotta talk about the house and the apartment and living and the future. I get comments every single day on all the platforms asking, you know, what my plan is in a year. And like, am I moving back to the house? Am I renting the house? Am I selling the house? Am I moving to my grandfather's house? And there's so many things. So let's just go through it. Do you sometimes miss the house? Honestly, no, not even for a second. Which makes me sad for myself that I don't think I realized how much I was missing out on by living where I was. Obviously, like, it's hindsight, you know, I was very happy there, so I can't really be sad for that version of me, and I'm just happy that I decided to do this, even though this place is still kind of like fratty. Like, I have so much to buy, my shit's all on the ground. I'm just so happy to be located where I am now. Are you happy with your decision to move? Absolutely. I literally think it's the best choice I've made in years that is bettering my life every single day. I just feel like my world has expanded in ways that it hasn't been able to in years, and I'm just really glad that I did it. How long do you plan on living downtown in the apartment? I don't know. I have a 1-year lease, and at the end of it, I could be like, okay, I'm good. I had my fill, ready to, you know, head back a little north. Or I might not, and I might want to stay. I don't know, and I'm kind of playing that by ear. I'm definitely in a very, you know, lucky situation where I can be flexible and I can kind of choose things on the fly. But right now I cannot imagine leaving. Like, we're in the worst part of the year right now. This is the literal worst part. January, February, most of March, shit. Terrible months. So I can't even imagine how much I'm gonna love it when the weather starts turning. I cannot imagine. So we're just see how things go. Is this apartment close to your first apartment when you moved back to Toronto? Okay, so I saw a lot of people saying, didn't you live downtown in an apartment when you first moved back? No. The apartment that I lived in was close to the house. I've never lived in this area or even close. So it's very different. What has been the most significant positive change with your move downtown? I think just having the ability to do more. I can pop out 6 times a day without exerting my social battery at all. Like, it's just so easy. Everything is so convenient and close, and even like a 30-minute walk has a million fun things to do on the way, and there's just so much more. I feel like my life has just expanded times 100. You know, like, I had places I could walk to when I lived at the house, but there was not a whole lot in between. You know, like, there was a destination, and then the rest was just like whatever. Now it's like a journey. I don't know if this is making sense, but if you know downtown Toronto and you know where I lived before, you know. Where my house is located is such a great area when you're settling down, when you're like settled and you have kids and you're raising a family. I think it is the perfect place to be, but I am not close to that. And it's so nice, like, leaving my house and seeing people that are around my age. I think that's been really, really nice for me. Are you keeping the house, renting it out, just vibing? I am just vibing at the moment. I don't know how I feel about renting it. I'm figuring it out. I'm not gonna sell it right now, that's for sure. It's not a seller's market. I also just wanna see how things go. I wanna see how I feel working on my grandfather's house, because my dad and I are still doing that. I don't know what the end of this year looks like right now. And so it's really hard for me to make any choices on really big things like that. Selling a house, moving into a different house, those are really big things, and I am not in any place to make a choice on them. And I am very grateful for all the choices that I have in this life. I recognize that. I've been handed a really nice deck, and I'm really grateful that I can take my time and I don't have to rush any big decisions, and I can just see how things go. You know, like, so much can change in 6 months. I have no idea, and I'm kind of going month by month at the moment. I'm sorry that I can't give a concrete answer on what's going on with the house. I might decide to rent it in a few months, rent it for the rest of the year. I don't really have an answer for that one, but it's really hard for me to fathom moving back to the townhouse at the time being. I'll keep you updated. When I figure things out, I will keep you along for the journey, but right now I'm just like so happy here that the thought of moving back to the townhouse is like a long shot. I know a lot of people love that house. I love that house, but I love living down here so much more than I ever loved the four walls around me. People always say location, 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 and for good reason. I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen in the next 3-5 years of my life, and I'm just here for the journey now, and I think I'm on the right path. I feel really good right now, and yeah. Thank you guys for being along the journey with me. If there's any other questions, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to answer and go over anything with you guys. I think I'm gonna end the vlog now and read my book. Oh, I should tell you what I'm reading before we wrap it up here. I am back into Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. This is the second Magnolia book, I think. The third in the whole series, if you're counting Daisy Hates in between. I'm 21% in, and like, it's just so good. I love the POVs. It's just juicy. If you've never heard of the Magnolia Park series, basically picture Gossip Girl, but based in London, and they're rich as fuck, and they have toxic relationships, but like, it's so fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna dive into my book, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.